Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse returned this week with an episode that was just around 3 minutes long, but still contained many different teasers for multiple sub-stories. For the casual viewer, they probably found this edition to be one of the most random and confusing editions of the Firefly Funhouse we've ever seen. And it probably was all over the place, but by no means was it a pointless edition of Firefly Funhouse. It's actually pretty insane how many potential hidden messages and teasers are jam-packed into this 3-minute clip. The community has picked up on some hints and teasers, but there's still probably some in there that are still going way over our head. So let's go over what's been found by the fans, and the little more obvious things that were hidden in this edition of the Firefly Funhouse. This edition starts off with the usual jingle and cheering audience. But the Firefly Funhouse set is completely empty. But look over to the far right, and you will notice that Alexa Bliss's box that she used to resurrect the Fiend can be seen on the table. Then the lights go out. There's a red light taking over the room. The Funhouse door is now open, and Alexa's box has moved from the table to right under the door. The camera moves over to the television set, and we hear the quote of, "The beast is rising." We then see a pair of hands playing with two figures of The Undertaker and making the two Undertakers fight each other. The hands most definitely don't belong to Bray Wyatt. Some fans speculate that it looks like female hands. Could they belong to Alexa Bliss? Alexa took to Twitter Sunday morning to post a picture saying that she just painted her nails. So, is there any correlation there? And even that quick second of having both Undertaker figures fighting each other could have some significance. Is that what's going on right now with Bray Wyatt? A lot of the story when he first came back was how he was battling himself and his darker thoughts. So, was those Undertaker figures meant to symbolize what's been going on with Bray Wyatt's ongoing battle against other versions of himself? Bray Wyatt was then seen backstage rewatching his segment of calling out Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Fans discovered that this moment here could be feeding Uncle Howdy's narrative of Bray Wyatt being a liar. In a recent interview with WWE on Fox, Bray Wyatt said that he doesn't watch back his old matches and segments. But now we see actual video proof of Bray Wyatt watching his segments back. So, if he's lying about that, what else could he be lying about? Bray Wyatt also said in that interview that the Fiend is dead and is never coming back. Was he lying about that too? So, that moment right there could signify that we can't trust a single thing that Bray Wyatt says. Because like Uncle Howdy tried warning us about, Bray Wyatt is a liar. We then see a recap of what Bobby Lashley said on Raw, that he won't be disrespected by Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt, or anyone else. Bray Wyatt then switches over to a newscast and says that things are not okay there. Bray says that there's a dragon rising from the sea and how it's got 7 horns and 10 crowns. Bray Wyatt then asks the important question of, who opened the door? Bray is of course referring to the opening moment of the Firefly Funhouse edition, where someone or something opened up the Funhouse door. Although we didn't see what actually opened the door, the big hint there was Alexa Bliss's box. It went from being on the table when the door was closed to being on the bottom of the door when it was open. So is that box and the connection that it had to Alexa Bliss a sign that she was the one who opened the door again? Alexa Bliss seems to be the top pick, especially given the teasers and hints that they provided. Bray then sends things over to Uncle Howdy for him to give the weather forecast. Uncle Howdy is there making a circular motion with his fingers in front of the weather screen, but when he speaks, he says the chilling and confusing line of, "I am all of us." It was Howdy's usual voice too, so that's something to point out. But now, Howdy's line there opens up a whole world of possibilities and theories. Uncle Howdy says he is all of us, so what could that mean? There's a lot of good theories out there for that line. Some fans believe that Uncle Howdy could be referring to all of Bray Wyatt's deepest and darkest personalities. The idea that Howdy is saying that he's every single one of Bray Wyatt's monsters rolled up into one. He is all of them. Some fans think that Uncle Howdy could be referring to the idea of there being multiple different versions of Uncle Howdy. We've seen Howdy's physical appearance change from time to time. So was that on purpose to show that there's many different versions of him? That line from Uncle Howdy was very scary and could mean several different things. The screen then switches over to Bray Wyatt hosting a game show called Can You Keep a Secret? It then goes to a little schedule preview and shows that the upcoming shows are Can You Keep a Secret? Can You Keep a Secret? Can You Keep a Secret? And finally, well, can you? All three programs were airing on Channel 6. And when you put them together, you of course get the triple sixes. Not only that, but of course the number 6 has been a part of Bray Wyatt's Twitter display name for a long time, with the name of Wyatt 6. So fans feel like there's probably a deeper hidden meaning there on that schedule screen that fans aren't picking up on quite yet. We then come back to the Firefly Funhouse and see the horrific things that have been exposed now that the door has been opened. There's nothing but screaming from the Firefly Funhouse puppets, and even a woman screaming out for help and telling someone to get away from her. It cuts back to Bray Wyatt wearing the Uncle Howdy mask, with the quote of, "If I tell you a story, could you keep a secret?" And that finally ends this edition of the Firefly Funhouse. So the runtime for this episode is just under 3 minutes, but it's insane how many subplots and teasers were thrown into this small period of time. You have Alexa Bliss's box opening up the door, Bray Wyatt proving that he's a liar, a Bible reference of some sort of the monster rising from the sea, Uncle Howdy saying that he's all of us, Alexa Bliss potentially being the woman that's trapped, and Bray Wyatt telling another story and secret. Last time Bray Wyatt shared a story in secret with us, it ended up being the Fiend. So now that the door is open, are we about to see a new monster, or even possibly the Fiend at WrestleMania? We already saw Bray's new monster at Royal Rumble, but will the new monster be taken to even newer heights now that the door has been left open? Alexa Bliss even tweeted right around the same time of the Firefly Funhouse episode airing on SmackDown, and she said, quote, "Where's Alexa?" End quote. So it looks like Alexa's disappearance from WWE television is connected to the madness that's going on in the Firefly Funhouse. Did Alexa Bliss go into the Funhouse to open up the door and try something, but ended up getting trapped and is now screaming for help? It's definitely a possibility, but it seems like every single millisecond of this Firefly Funhouse episode had a significant hidden meaning that we're not fully understanding right now, but definitely will in the coming weeks. It also looks like Bobby Lashley will be Bray's WrestleMania opponent, but there's a lot of other interesting things going on, such as the story that Bray wants to share. Where's Alexa? And what did Howdy mean with his line? So there's so much massive subplots going on in the background of Bray Wyatt's story, and it's going to be great to finally get those big payoffs down the line. But what are your thoughts on what's going on with Bray Wyatt's entire story? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.